Okay, so this video is, can you have a beta in a community tank? And basically, just to start off, yes, you can make it happen. So, obviously I got a male. This is actually a baby, so he's only about 1 inch. He's a little older now, but where is he at? Over here. Really cool beta. If you see his stomach really round, it's because he just got fed. Usually when he feeds, his stomach gets really round. I only feed him like 2 pellets. But so basically, you're wondering how I have a male beta. I mean, usually when people have betas in your community tank, it's always a female. I mean, because they're not mean, and you could mostly make them work in the community tank. Now, you're wondering how I have a male beta. Well, I kind of did multiple things, and when I was first quarantining him to his tank, because he's only in a tank that was like 75 degrees, and this is like 80, so, or 79 degrees. So when I was quarantining right here, I kind of put the glass against the tank. So this was kind of like a test or experiment to see if he would actually interact, and the fish would come up to the glass and like they would look at each other and like kind of like mess with each other to see if the beta would do anything if he saw other colorful fish. And obviously, if they're really colorful and have long fins just like him, he's gonna be aggressive, which he was actually, when he first got in this tank, he was actually bullied. He was getting chased around by the glow lights, and then they eventually stopped, and now he does absolutely nothing. He does it. I mean, he once in a while, if somebody's in its way, like when he's feeding, he'll like kind of nip at him, but he doesn't even do it for that long. He does it. I mean, he does his own thing. He mostly stays in this section right here. This is his little bush. And he comes up to the surface, goes back down. He comes up when I'm feeding. I mean, really, I can't really say how I did it. It's just, it can't happen. I mean, if you want a beta in your community tank, I mean, try it. If it doesn't work, take it out. I mean, it's not that hard. But when I talked about him having a separate tank, like getting the Fluval 5 or 3 for him, I don't know, he'll probably honestly stay in this tank now, because I didn't really expect him to be this good in this tank, because this is a really big tank, and that's probably actually why it helps. I mean, if you want a beta, a community tank, you want the biggest tank possible. I mean, you don't need no 55 or 100 gallon, but I mean, this is a 40 gallon, and it does perfectly fine. I mean, obviously, if you have a 10 gallon tank, then the beta is gonna probably kill everything in your tank. I mean, honestly. I mean, even with like a plecto, he does perfectly fine with the plecto. I mean, actually, that's actually a fish they kind of recommend sometimes. But yeah, like some people question about neon tetras. I mean, so far the only fish the betas even try to mess with is the black neons, and it only happens for like 2 seconds and they both swim away. It's like they never really care about each other. They just all do their own thing. But female betas, yeah, they're okay. I mean, they could probably go in anything, they'll be alright. But mine's a male, as of I know. It could change, just like any fish. I mean, they'll change, but trying to find where he is, so I can get some. I was trying to get shots. I wanted to get shots of him in this entire video, but is he behind his bush? While we're finding him, I don't know what breed he is. They didn't really say when I got him, but he's kind of blue / his fins are kind of like a bright red or pink, which look really cool, and then he has kind of like a blue and black body. One thing I've seen about betas is they can hide really good. And most of the times I'll be looking around and I can't find him for like 10 minutes, and then he'll just randomly be up at the top. Like, I don't know if it's because of his black background or what. I don't know where he could be. Well, I'll come back when he comes out, but till then. Okay, that didn't take long. Right when I paused the video, he came out. But there he is. I can't really see the red right now because he's kind of in the corner. See if I don't want to scare him, but I might have to. And he is not. I don't want to. He went back behind his thing again. Where he at? So you can get a good shot of these other fish. But I guess something else to talk about is if you want, I would not recommend putting 2 bettas. If you do have a community tank, only put 1 at the most. I mean, even if they both are females, I don't think it'd even be a good idea to put 2 bettas in 1 tank in a community tank. But they stay if you're in a community tank and you're concerned about water parameters and all that. They're tropical fish. They're just like these fish. I mean, they can do anything. A pH of probably 6 to 7, probably 7.5. I mean, that's kind of pulling it, but this tank, this pH is always at 7.4, which is, it's all right. I mean, it probably shouldn't be that high, but I mean, that's honestly not bad for that. And I usually keep this tank 78. This heater kind of does weird things, but it stays at like it's mostly at 79 though. I don't really let it get higher than that. When I do water changes, I usually put like 80-degree water in here, just for certain reasons. But sometimes hot water kind of helps when you're doing water changes for certain things. But and also bettas, depending on what species you get, they usually get up to like 3 inches, 3.5. I really doubt any more than that. I've seen 4-inch bettas, 4.5 inch. Like sometimes at not Plecto, Petco, they have these black male ones that look like arowanas. To be honest, they look like little baby arowanas. And they're like sometimes some of them are 5 inches in those little cups, which honestly is kind of abusive, but they can't swim for nothing in those little cups. Obviously, in this tank, it was a big change for him being in a cup to something this big. But I'm still waiting for him to come out. I know he's behind that bush. Maybe that Plecto will push him out of there. I know he sees him. But I really want to get shots of him, but if I can't, then I guess I'll just end the video. Well, I guess that's gonna be it. Like, comment, subscribe. If you do want to see more what this betta kind of looks like, you can hit me up. I guess you can use my kick. Oh no, well, hold on. Before we even hit, now he comes out. Yeah, he's coming out for air now. Well, I guess we're not in this video, so I get some quick shots before we leave then. You see, he almost looks kind of pregnant. That's what I thought my other fish was. I think I've been feeding him a little too much. Where is he? Why can't I get him? Why is he? It's like he's invisible on camera, and then I can see him. Yeah, he's probably gonna go right back down, but you can tell he's a very good looking betta. But yeah, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see any behind the scenes, I guess, kick me at Johnny Johnson 88. And yeah, that'll be it. This thing zoomed in. Here's a 40-gallon on an angle. So I guess that'll be it.